Good afternoon, parents and students. This is Mr. Baldwin, honors chemistry teacher. Wanted to have some time to sort of talk with you and sort of explain some things that are going to be happening over the next few days or next few weeks as we wrap up the school year. As you probably have heard from your child, at this point I'm looking at possibly flipping the classroom. Some of you may say, okay, what is flipping the classroom? Some may be familiar with it from another teacher or just from reading about it, but it's a new model or newer model that's used to increase student interaction, student-teacher interaction, and try to find ways to assist the student in mastery of their content. So I just want to give you a little bit of background on what's going to be going over the next couple weeks and see what we can do to sort of help your student. Now, why are we flipping the classroom? Especially now with only about 7 weeks left in the school year, why do this now? One of the main things that's coming up now in the next month and a half is we have a lot of testing. FCAT throughout this week. If your student was absent on any of the regular FCAT days, then they'll have to do retakes, end of course exams. Also, we'll run into AP exams that'll be coming up very soon. With this, students will be pulled here and there, and if they happen to get sick, they tend to miss a lot of information with the current model that we're using. So if they miss class time, that means they'll miss the notes. On top of that, they'll miss any activities, trying to make up the notes, and it just ends up being way too much work, or a lot of work that they'll have to try to complete at one time. Now, because this delay, it usually tends to have student grades suffer. I want to try to find a way to limit that. And so, I want to introduce to you the flipped model. Now, for those who are unfamiliar with it, the model is said to turn the traditional model on its head. Under the traditional model, students will come into the classroom, I'll stand up front and I'll give them information, then they'll go home to try to figure out and make sense of that information to complete assignments, either homework or lab reports or different things like this. Many times this leaves students at a disadvantage. Why? Because now while they're confused, they try to complete an assignment. Many times what they'll complete it, but it may be completed wrong. Once there's an idea in the mind, it's very, very hard to change it, especially if you have told yourself that this method is going to be correct or this understanding is correct. Now, with the flipped model, we change things up a little bit. Whereas they receive the lecture online via the videos that I'll create similar to this one, and then the homework and activities are done in class. Now, if this were a model where they just went home, watched videos, and came in and did worksheets, it wouldn't be all that revolutionary, and it would actually, I believe, be a waste of the students' time. And I don't want that to be a factor. So one of the things that we'll be able to do as we continue to go through these next couple of units is we'll have more time to actually conduct investigations to look at what are the misconceptions that the students have. How can I assist them? Like I said, in the end, this is going to increase student-teacher interaction and also give them a chance to sort of work a little bit more with each other. I think that a social classroom is many times necessary, especially when you come to classes that are very difficult. Coming to classes that are very difficult, Now, some people may be wondering, so where will they actually find these videos, and will I have to pay for it? One thing that I've set up already is the videos are posted on my YouTube channel. Baldwin Chem 1910 is given to you here in the video. Now, of course, to do this is going to require some reliable internet service. If this is a problem, one of the things that I have chosen to do or tried to do is to also make them available via DVD, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Now, if you have a child who is very busy, maybe they're very active in extracurricular activities, you say, okay, well, maybe they won't have the time to necessarily sit down in front of the computer and complete their note exercises. Depending on your phone plan, if the student has a smartphone and has a data plan that will allow it, this is one of the other reasons why I chose YouTube. It's very accessible even on the go. If they have their data coverage, then they can watch the videos as they're going to and from activities and be able to retain the information and then finish the notes a little bit later on. Now, you do notice that I'm saying as they're watching the videos, they are taking notes. But the beautiful thing about this is, unlike in the classroom, when I begin speaking and go through different things, they may have to say, what, Mr. Baldwin, I missed that. Can you repeat that? Can you repeat? Can you repeat? And this many times slows down the process for them, but also sometimes for the other students. With the videos being online and available to them, they will have the opportunity, to pause and rewind as needed to try to get clarification. They'll have their notes, their guided notes like we usually complete in class, that they'll be filling out as we go through. And it's based directly on the notes, so they wouldn't have to worry too much about any other materials. Now, again, if you are in a situation where you do not have internet access or reliable internet access, I have made the videos available, and I can make copies of the videos on DVD so that they may watch them if there's a computer but just no internet, or using just a regular DVD player. This would make sure that the students would not miss out on the information and not fall behind. Another concern, and I understand this being, even though I'm not a parent, I understand that the student's grade and their current standing many times is very important. And what I've noticed and what I've researched is this model actually tends to increase their production of information and help them to do better on tests and quizzes. Why? Because now in class I have the actual opportunity to speak with them individually to find out what their individual needs are versus before trying to manage 25 students at a time. This should allow me to get to the heart of the different things that the students may be struggling with and go ahead and to clarify them. Now, again, this is the main method that we'll be using to deliver the information, but again, this is not the only thing that they'll be doing. If there are any questions that you may have, please do not hesitate to call me, or even better, to email me. I can easily get back in touch with you through email. Thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you as we continue this process of learning together. Have a great afternoon, and I'll see you students tomorrow in class. Goodbye.